Do you ever wonder if you have what it takes to become a product creator? Or perhaps you already have a product, but instead of collecting income, it's actually collecting virtual dust. Well, if this sounds familiar, I want to encourage you that you are in the right place. Hello, I'm Dollie Freeman. I'm content strategist and host of the Blog to Business show, where I share content strategies that develop product creators. This is a show that you're going to want to watch, interact, follow, and share to other content creators who desire that and to go to the next level with their content as a product creator. So let me get started in today's topic, where we're going to be talking about key things that makes a difference between that of a content creator and that of a product creator. This is called the mindset of a product creator, and this is one that you are going to have to make sure that you have well in your belt of expertise before you endeavor on becoming a product creator. There's a big difference between a blogger or content creator on YouTube or Instagram or any other platform out there that creates ongoing content. The difference is that you have a mindset that makes you set apart from those other content creators. Because let's face it, products in themselves, digital products anyways, are that of content. And you really should consider yourself different and be able to set yourself apart as a product creator with just a few mindsets. So you might be hearing some thunder in the background, and we're having a pretty bad storm. So I'm hoping our internet actually can endure this. And if for any reason the video goes out, I want you to know it's probably because of the storm. So let's get started with today. And I'm going to start with a quote from Dave Ramsey. I didn't put it in the banner, but I'm going to do that really quick because this is one that I want you guys to really put to heart. It's so important and it's so true. For the first time in history, common sense is marketable. This is a Dave Ramsey. He is a Christian financial man who is now saying that we as product creators have an opportunity to turn common sense into products. But what I want you to also understand is Forbes put out a report a couple of years ago, and it says on the current projection back then that by 2025, the digital online e-learning is actually going to hit $325 billion. So this gives you a good opportunity, regardless of where you are in your content creation. Perhaps you already have some products under your belt, or you're contemplating one right now, or maybe perhaps you just created one. You're in a really good market knowing that common sense is marketable, and we have the statistics to show that digital products are on the rise, and that if you really want to get into this flow of incredible scalability, now is the best time to do it. So let's get started into these different mindsets and let you know that you really do have an opportunity. And right before I get into the first mindset that I want you to do, I want to tell a little story about how my personal experience several years ago when I was listening to my mom audience talk about routines. I was really surprised and taken back that routines were this difficult for moms. I find it really easy, and it was something that I just thought was common sense. So when I actually ventured out and decided to solve this very specific problem for my mom audience, I was very surprised at how well that product did. And so you know what? It still continues to do. Here's something I want you to realize. It's true what Dave Ramsey said, that if my product, my experience with my product, the routine approach course actually shows that for the first time in history, common sense is something that's marketable. Back years ago, maybe not so much, but today we just have the opportunity with online courses that if someone is struggling, they look for that product to solve that solution or be that solution for them. So it's a really good opportunity. And, common sense to me is like routines. You really need help with routines, but it's not easy for a lot of people, especially when there's a lot of things to juggle and every day is different. So I can see how with that understanding that routines can be a challenge. So the first mindset I want you to start creating in your mind and adapting this is know your worth. So all those years back when I was hearing all of this stuff and routines came easy, and I would hear friend after friend and colleague after colleague say to me, I don't understand how you get so much done. Well, the secret is routines. And that's common sense to me, but to others, it's not. And so when I ventured out on my routine approach, of course, I was surprised to see how well it did. But I also realized that in knowing that there was a big problem, that I had that skill of knowing how to settle and proved it in my own home because we always weren't routined. There was a time where a routine suffered, even though it looked somewhat routined, there was a lot of flaws in it. And so having my expertise in it gave me the understanding, you know what, this is worth something. I could have put it on my blog. And I have in times given away so much valuable things for free. But when you understand what your worth is, you all of a sudden want to become strategic about your content. You want to then start saying, where should I put this? And how should I position it? And how should it be packaged? And what should it look like? And you're not so quick to put out those filler posts just to put a post out there or put new content out on your blog or your YouTube channel or your Instagram feed, wherever it is that you put content out. Once you begin to understand, you know what, I'm worth something. That knowledge, skill, and expertise that I have is actually something that others would begin to pay for. So once you begin to have that mindset shift in your understanding of, you know what, this is something valuable. This is something that someone is going to pay. That's the very first step that a product creator must take to go from content creating to product creating. And it is a mindset that you're going to have to remind yourself of many times. Hello, Sabrina. I'm glad you're here. Let me know if you have any comments or questions along the way. I would love to have the interaction with you. So once you say, okay, you know what I know shouldn't just be put out on any free content. It should be something worth valuable because Dave Ramsey told us for the first time, it's valuable to other people. They're willing to pay for common sense. So once you have this, and once you understand, you know what, the more challenging, common sense is worth something, but more developed skills, more developed knowledge, more developed experience, those things tend to be worth far more than just those common sense products. So once you understand that and you realize there's different levels of worth and there's a different expertise that people are willing to pay for, then you really can see yourself positioning more of a product creator versus a content creator. And it's all about the strategies and how you position and package that content. All right, so here's the next mindset you're going to want to adapt. You need to understand as a product creator, you need to work harder than your competitors. You need to be competitive in what you're doing, not just in price, not just in your language, but literally in your work ethics. This is something that I hear time and time again. In fact, I have some clients that at the very end, in fact, Sabrina is one of them at the very end of creating their first product. And I hear, I cannot believe how hard this is. I cannot believe how much time I put into this. Well, the more detailed and the more strategic you are about the content, the more time it takes. But when you have this mindset that you're going to work harder than your competitors, your products are going to be better. You're going to have attracting the best people out there, the real purchasers, not the free seekers. We want to avoid free seekers. We want to attract our buyers. And so the harder you work, the more work ethic that you have coupled with your worth is something that not a lot of product creators have out there. I know too many product creators that create a product and want to put it on Evergreen. They want to put it on their shop and not do anything about it. They want to create it and just let it grow money, but instead it collects virtual dust. And you have to be very diligent in your work ethic in order to grow, in order to convert, in order to actually be competitive with your competitors. So you really need to adapt this work harder than your competitors. That's not just in product creation, but it's in marketing as well. It's in serving your audience. It's in showing up when others won't or don't. So this is the mindset that I have felt has served me really, really well in the product creation industry. And it's something that you're going to want to create and do right off the bat, because this is something that, yes, it's tiring. Yes, you can really get very fatigued through this stage, but product creation is a season. Marketing is forever. And you have to make sure that you understand the difference between the two, but always being better than your competitors is going to set you apart. Like I like to say, like an iceberg on the internet. Okay. It's so hard to really acknowledge that your knowledge is worth something. And it truly is. I know I've gone there before. Had I not started out content creating in the mindset of monetizing, I don't know how quick I would have gotten there. But because I started content creating back in 2012, to get rid of a local business debt, almost $11,000 as a homeschool mama, that was really overwhelming. And I needed to focus on that. And so I knew right out of the gate, okay, the time I put in here has to be worth something. And so it's really hard, but I had that mindset of traffic being my income, being worth my time. And there is a huge difference between ad revenue worth and that of product creators. It's completely different. The fact of the matter is, when you're creating free content that's creating income for you based on ad revenue, your worth is a lot less because you're building other people's businesses, not your own. And so you're really getting pennies on the dollar for the work that you're doing and the amount of time that you're putting in it. And so with that traffic mentality, you really don't know your worth. You know your worth in time, but you don't know your worth in knowledge, skills, and experience. And that is pivotal in knowing that your content should be strategic and how and where you put it. So definitely worth time to ponder. All right, let's get into the third mindset, because this one is the one that's going to be different. This one, you have to push through the challenges that others aren't willing to conquer. I don't know how many people I know that have started out with so much energy and excitement for over years of being in the content creating industry, and seeing people saying, I'm going to create products. Excellent ideas. I mean, oh my goodness, there's so many that I can think of. I have literally faces and names coming into my mind right now of people that have diligently started that product creation. And then the hard work and the challenges that come up in product creation, from the time and the effort, the energy, the investments, the financial requirements to become a content creator. All of these are challenges. The tech, oh my goodness, the tech. These kind of challenges often stop others dead in their tracks. But if you really want to be a product creator, you've got to figure out this mindset to say, you know what, this is hard, this is challenging, but I'm going to push through it anyways, because there's so many others who may have a product in your market that's very similar to yours that will start but not finish, because they don't have that mindset to push through the challenges. And these pushing through things makes a difference between a wannabe and a gonna be. So you really need to adopt this mindset of pushing through the challenges. My favorite tip in pushing through the challenges is use a timer. You know, we all have these things sitting next to us all the time. What I want to encourage you to do is set the timer. When you're feeling challenged, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling like the task in front of you is just too daunting, set the timer and put it next to you, face down, where you're not staring to see how much time you have, and get completely focused on the task and tell yourself, this one thing is what I'm going to do. When this timer goes off, I need to be done with this one thing. That is how you push through the challenges. That is how the tech doesn't stop me. Even though mentally it stops me, I struggle. But when I get that mindset, okay, I'm going to push through this, I set my timer and I figure out that stinking technology. I'm not a tech lover, but I'm a tech needer. So there is some level of necessity to know tech. If you're going to be a product creator, there's a level of challenge that you're going to have to face if you truly want to become that product creator. And the difference again between a wannabe and a gonna be is this mindset, pushing through the challenges. There are so many really good ideas out there that are still in the idea books or still in the process because they stopped pushing through the challenges. They came across a wall and they stopped. Well, here's the truth. I'm going to just be honest with you. These mindsets are really hard to do alone. You cannot oftentimes keep these mindsets in front of you. In fact, these three mindsets of knowing your worth, working harder than your competitors, and pushing through the challenges are the very things of why coaches are needed. These are the reason why people invest money into helping them push through. Well, guess what? I got something for you. I've got a free challenge, a boot camp. And this is a boot camp. You're going to work hard. You're going to really sweat in this one. You're going to push through the challenges. You're going to work hard and you're going to know your worth coming into this boot camp. So if you have a desire, if you want to be a product creator and you're not really sure how you're going to be a product creator, I want to invite you to this free workshop. It starts very soon. It starts Monday, July 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And this boot camp is going to help you completely solidify a product idea. You've got to know if it's marketable, number one. If you put all your energy and efforts, if you know your worth, and if you know how to push through and work harder than your competitors, but the product is not a good idea, it's not going to sell either. So you got to verify, you got to solidify that product idea to make sure that it's marketable. And there are certain strategies to help you do that. And I want to invite you to this free boot camp that I am starting Monday, July 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I had to think daylight, yes. This is going to help you completely crash and accept these mindsets and adopt them into your mind so that you can go from a wannabe to a gonna be and get there. So what I want you to do is I want you to click on this link. Actually, let me put the link in the comments for you. And I never can talk because my contacts do not work well. And I haven't been I haven't been to the eye doctor and I can't get new contacts yet. So I got to wait. So my contacts are not doing well, but that is the link. And here's what I want you to know. Come into this. This is not just getting content, y'all. I am actually going to be coaching you. I'm going to help you through these three mindsets. You cannot do this alone. I want to be there with you. First of all, I want, as a content strategist, to help you to solidify and verify your product idea before you put the work into it. I want to be able to give you that thumbs up. Yes, 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 yes. It's a marketable idea. You will be able to sell this with the right strategies in place. So I want to do that for you. And there's certain strategies that you have to do that is different than what's being taught online. And how to solidify a marketable idea. So I'm going to teach that. I'm going to teach you how to actually make your product very attractable to your audience and to make sure that you're not putting efforts in that's not going to be returned. And then I'm going to show you some key strategies that will actually make your product work harder than your competitors because it's going to actually be something that someone needs and makes it far easier for them to consume, far easier for them to actually want it from you. So this is free. And I'm going to be in there coaching you all along the way and helping you adapt to these mindsets of knowing your worth, making sure that you're working harder than your competitors. And then the third one is pushing through the challenges. This is a boot camp. And I've done workshops before, but this one is going to cause you to sweat a little bit. And so I wanted to make sure that you knew I'm there for you to help you push through the challenges. So I hope you take my invite. I hope that you share this with other content creators because let's face it, y'all, there is a perfect opportunity for each and every person to identify what might be hidden inside to find that marketable knowledge that will allow you to become not just a content creator, not just a wannabe, but a gonna be product creator that gets into that whole stream of that three $325 billion industry that we're not that far away from hitting. And so you have to get in it. You have to play to win. You have to be a part of that in order to be and experiencing the benefits of it. So I want to invite you to this free workshop. I want to help coach you for free through these mindsets that is so important for you to have if you're ready to become not just a content creator, but strategic about the content you create as a product creator. I hope to see you there. And then next week, I want to make sure that you join me live for the show as well at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time right here. I'm going to be sharing with you the habits of a product creator. So there's two parts of a product creator. You have to have that mindset, and then you have to have those habits. So I'm going to be teaching both of those with you. So make sure that you put that on your calendar. Make sure you tune in. And then before you go, make sure you click on the link and join me over at the Bootcamp. I hope to see you there. All right, bye for now.